Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to our read aloud for today. Today we're going to be reading a book called The Rainbow Fish. And as you know, this week we're talking about different emotions, and the emotion that we're going to focus on today is happiness or being happy. So we're going to read about this fish and find out what makes him happy in the story. And then we're going to write about a time when we've been happy before. So let's get started. The rainbow fish. Here's my title page. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. Isn't he a beautiful fish? The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. Come on, Rainbow Fish, they would call. Come and play with us. But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So I notice he has very shimmery scales. They're beautiful. And the other fish don't have any shimmers on their scales. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. Rainbow Fish, he called. Wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many. You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are? Cried the rainbow fish. Get away from me. Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset, he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me? I can't answer that for you, said the starfish. But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare and the octopus emerged from the darkness. So there's the rainbow fish and there's the cave with the octopus. Do you guys see it? I've been waiting for you, said the octopus with a deep voice. So really he said, I have been waiting for you. The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. This book has beautiful illustrations, boys and girls. I can't, the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales, my beautiful, shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them? There's a picture of the rainbow fish. Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. There's that blue fish again, asking him for a shimmery scale. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much, the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was still very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called. Come on and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. And that's the end of that book. All right. So, as we saw, by the end of the story, the rainbow fish was very happy because he had shared his scales with his friends. He had a lot of new friends and he felt happy. So I want us today to write about a time when we felt happy. So I'm going to open up the whiteboard. And before we write about a time when we felt happy, I actually wanted us to brainstorm some other words that mean the same thing as happy. So these words are called synonyms because they have the same meaning. So sometimes we can use words like happy, but since we're learning and we're growing our brains, it's okay to think of other words that have a similar meaning. So I'm going to make the words big so that we can see them. And let's think of some other words that mean the same thing as happy. So some words that I can think of are cheerful. If you're feeling cheerful, you're feeling happy. Ecstatic is a big, nice word that we can use to show that we're happy. Delighted is another one. Joyous. Here's a really big second grade word for you guys. Ready? The word is elated. I bet your parents would be so shocked if you use the word elated in a sentence. If you're happy, you might just say that you're pleased. Or if you're really, really happy, you might say you feel overjoyed. So those are just some synonyms that you can use in your writing that all pretty much mean the same thing, different levels of happiness. So I'm going to keep the synonyms over here on the side. So maybe in my writing, instead of saying happy over and over again, I can use some of those instead to make my writing better. So I want you all to think of a time when you felt happy, because that's what we're going to write about today. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to think about a time when I felt happy. And the time that I'm thinking about is actually this past Christmas when I received a gift that I loved. So Miss Douglas really likes to see plays. And this Christmas, I received a ticket to go see a play on Broadway in New York. So while we were on Christmas break, I got to go up to New York and see a play about one of my favorite famous people. And I was so happy to receive that gift. So that's what I'm going to write about. So I'm going to start my sentence always with a capital letter. First, I want to think about my sentence. So I'm going to say, I was happy when I received tickets to a play for Christmas. Okay, so how many words is that? I was happy when I received tickets to a play, I'm out of fingers, for Christmas. So that's 12 words. So I need 12 lines, right? So I was happy when I received tickets to a play for Christmas. Now, I put lines, boys and girls, because it helps me to remember all of the words I want to include in my sentence so that I don't skip a word or something like that. So my first word is I. So I'm going to put a capital I. This one is kind of looks like an L because that's how the computer makes it look. But you're going to put a capital I. So I was, and instead of saying happy, maybe I can use one of my synonyms. So maybe I can say, I was overjoyed. Okay, because that means the same thing as happy. I was overjoyed when I received tickets. And then I'm going to come down here and write to a play for Christmas. So I just told you guys how I felt, which was overjoyed, and why I felt that way. Because I received tickets to a play for Christmas to see a Broadway play about a famous person that I really like. So there's my sentence. I told you how I felt, and I told you why I felt that way. So for today's writing, I would like you guys to write about a time when you felt happy, and I challenge you to use one of the synonyms for happy that I have written over here in blue. And tell me why you felt that way. What happened to make you feel that way? All right. Now, Ms. Douglas has one thing that she needs to do to fix her sentence. I have spaces between my words, and I started with a capital letter, but I did not end with a punctuation mark. So I'm going to put a period at the end of my sentence, and now I'm all finished. Boys and girls, we cannot wait to see your writing about a time when you felt happy or cheerful or overjoyed. Please send that in to your teacher. We can't wait to see your beautiful writing. And boys and girls, this week, we are giving out 3 dojo points for every writing assignment you send in. So those get more points than some of the other assignments because we really want you working on your writing. So please send that in, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.